welcome to Sports and Politics with T. I'm your host, Tanya. Tonight we have made it back to Thursday, guys. Listen, I hope everybody's enjoyed their week so far. We have made it. It is March the 12th. Guys, we are approaching halfway the month already. Let's give it up. Yes, we have made it, guys. Look, I am so glad that we are approaching halfway the month. We are almost 1 week exactly from tomorrow of the first day of spring. That's right. The weather is getting better and better. And look, we are going to talk about a lot of things tonight dealing with the economy. Of course, we are going to stay on this because this is a huge factor as far as what people are feeling, how people are surviving, what people's mental state is. They say right now in America, more Americans are feeling the pressure more now than ever. So we're going to look at a segment on YouTube as far as, what people are feeling and just getting some insight as far as do people think it's better or is things getting worse? Okay. But look, again, I hope everybody is doing well. Again, 1 week from spring, and I know people are making arrangements, getting things done. Look, Monday, I'm gonna tell y'all. I know people was writing into the to my inbox saying, "Where's the Monday show?" Guys, look, I'm gonna be honest. When I got home Monday, I had a lot of stuff to take care of. One thing, when it is spring, your yard work has to be done. So when I got home Monday, I went straight to just doing yard work and getting some stuff done. And to be honest with you, by the time I got through with everything, it was already about 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I wasn't even ready, prepared, for Monday. So I definitely apologize for that. But I will definitely make it up to you guys. I had so much to do. I mean, cutting my grass, pulling weeds, and oh my God, just so much. So, and I still ain't quite finished, to be honest with you. I still got to do fertilize my yard, and I'll probably do that this coming weekend. And then after that, it's just regular maintenance, So, yeah, it was just a lot, and time kind of got away from me on Monday. So I decided, I said, you know what, that's okay. I'll just do maybe a 1 hour show on next Monday just to make up for it. Okay. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get started for tonight. Again, we're talking about the cost of living. Is this pushing people to their limit? Is this pushing people on edge? I'm going to let you know how I feel about this segment once it's over, and then we'll dissect this video after it's complete.
The straw that broke the camel's back, like they can't take it anymore. Okay, if it's not one thing or another, it's the rent increases, it's the grocery bills, it's the utility bills, insurance, everything you do, everything that you look at, everything you're going to pay. I mean, it's increase after increase. I know I'm seeing it with my property taxes, my water bill, my electricity. I mean, everything just keeps going up. Groceries, we try and keep it, under $100 a week, but that's really becoming a stretch nowadays. People are snapping, and not because they are weak, but because they're feeling suffocated. There is too much pressure. There's so much going on, and when you're working full time and you are doing a side hustle, and then you barely have any time for yourself, and you're not making ends meet, and you feel like you can't even work towards the American dream, and you're not being able to take part of the things that were traditional milestones for previous generations. Right now, they just feel more and more out of reach. People are just so exhausted, and they are crashing out about it. That's like a new term that's been going around. But check out these videos. Look how people are reacting to what's going on here in the United States.
As a younger millennial, I'm really beginning to question when we're going to call it a day. I mean, I know the vast majority of us have woken up, thankfully, and we've realized that we've been sold a lie pretty much our entire lives, and that this American dream is not attainable. It's not attainable. It was attainable for the older generations. As we know, they were able to work their 40 hours a week and reap the benefits. Whereas we have to work 2 to 3 jobs just to achieve the same results. And I'm in a position where realistically I will have to get a second job in order to better my situation. potentially even maybe get a third to help pay down my debt. And I'm not doing it. I'm not participating in this. I'm not. I'm not doing it. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I have worked since I was 14 years old. I think most millennials are in the same boat. We've been working forever and we're burnt out. There's been many phases throughout my life where I've had to work multiple jobs just to get by. Just to get by. And I have nothing to show for it. I don't have a house. My car, I've been driving the same car since I was in college. So 10 years, over 10 years. It's falling apart. I can barely afford groceries. I'm living with my parents because I can't afford to rent on my own. People say, oh, we'll just get roommates. I'm 30 years old. I shouldn't have to live with fucking roommates. I'm an adult. I was able to live on my own before. Not anymore, though. All of our clothes are plastic. All of our food is poisonous. It's toxic, and we're paying top dollar for it. I don't have health care.
I'm sorry. I had to stop for a second. She's right. We're paying high dollar for food that's some of it is not even real. You know, I did a segment about that maybe about a week and a half ago, and it's just crazy. You know, I mean, people they're not already giving us the real deal, and then the stuff that they are giving us is artificial. You know, but like she said, we're paying top dollar for stuff that's not even real.
Because when I was laid off, obviously I lost my insurance and I found a way to work for myself, but I can't afford healthcare. If I do need something, I'm paying out of pocket. The list just goes, it's never ending. And I think we're all just at a point where we're done. We're exhausted. I seek seclusion at this point. I want to go like live off grid somewhere and just never talk to a soul again. I'll get a tiny home and just live in the woods. I want to be left the fuck alone. I don't care anymore. I just don't care anymore. And I'm like, at what point do we like band together and try to fix this? Or what? Or do I just, do I give up and just go get my tiny home in the woods? I don't know. Let me know what you think.
Also, for those of you that don't know, I have a vlog channel called She Prepares that I kind of go over my lifestyle and what I personally do to prepare on a daily basis for just everything that's happening in the world. So if that interests you, go down to the link below, but it is called She Prepares. And I hope to see you over there for those that are interested. Take care.
Well, let's start this rant off right. I fucking hate this country. I cannot be the only fucking one who has considered himself a patriot their whole life and supported their country that fucking hates it here. I hate it here. I'm about to lose my shit. Only income for a family of 5. I can break my back, work 2 jobs when I have to, work side jobs. I make pretty good money as a carpenter for the union. Believe it or not, you know, over $100,000 a year. We're in the area where I live in, and it doesn't mean shit. Can't buy a house because I can't afford a $4,000 a month mortgage payment. What makes this the greatest country? Because I'm about to flip out. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. I got nothing to look forward to but paying bills and dying. Meanwhile, these can fucking rip off the country, get free housing, free food, this and that, and I'm over here breaking my back to even have Christmas or do anything. And this is the greatest country in the world. It's not. I can't do it anymore. I cannot be the only one who's literally about to just go buck wild crazy and do some drastic ass shit and just say it all.
So please tell me how it makes any freaking sense that as a stay-at-home mom, I had $500 in food stamps, I had health insurance for my entire family, and we got $7,000 back on taxes. I go back to work, I lose my food stamps, I lose my health insurance, and we're only getting $100 back on taxes. And this is why people don't want to work, because why am I working my butt off and losing all that stuff and still living paycheck to paycheck when I was living paycheck to paycheck before, but I at least had food stamps and health insurance and got $7,000 back? Yeah. How's that math? Yeah.
So I've got to pay my taxes, make sure they get it on time so I don't get in trouble, and I got to make sure I drive the speed limit, and I got to make sure I'm on time to work every day, and I got to make sure I put in enough hours at work. I got to make sure that I reach a certain age before retiring. I got to make sure that I have enough money in my 401k to survive. I got to make sure that I make $114,000 as a single adult in New York State to make sure that I survive. But they and take all of our money to pay people to, and if they don't buy them, they're, but make sure you pay your taxes.
So can somebody please explain something to me? What the fuck is going on with energy in Virginia? Because something to me is just not making sense. Every single electric bill I'm getting is looking like this. This is how all my electric bills are looking. How is it humanly possible that I was using 1,500 and less kilowatts every single month in 2025, 2024, and 2023, but somehow I'm using 5,000 kilowatts of energy now in 5,000, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000 the last 4 months? Something doesn't make sense, bro. And every time I call Dominion Energy, they tell me that I'm tripping. I need somebody to help me understand how a human can use 5,000 kilowatts when I'm never home. Never home. I don't use TV. I don't use heat. I don't understand. But this is getting to the point where I can't I'm I don't know what to do with this shit, bro. Somebody help me.
I can't keep doing this. Like, what the f is even going on? Everything is happening and having to still go to work every day and pay bills and rent and stress out money and go to work and pretend like everything is normal. It's just not normal. And I don't know how much longer I can do this. It's like eating me from the inside out. Why aren't we doing something? What the f?
Hey, so Duke Power reported profits of $5 billion yesterday. $5 billion. And now they're pushing to raise energy rates here in North Carolina by 18%. 18%, right? Can you imagine that conversation at the board meeting? Yeah, we just recorded record profits of $5 billion. What's next on the agenda? I don't know. Let's raise the energy rates by 18% to make it $7 billion next year, right? Energy's not a luxury. Like it's not a subscription. It's not a Netflix that you can just cancel. Yet here we are again, just flat out bending over for these monopolies. Just bending, and there's nothing that we can do about it, right? Yeah, you could go off the grid. Yeah, sure we can. Sure we can. But with all the advances in society and where we're at these days, how far we've came, so to speak, why the f- would we want to do that? Like, why the f- would we want to go back and living in huts with no electricity? Because at this point, I'm seriously considering it. Seriously.
Now that's two Americans that are considering living off the grid altogether, because and like that guy previous, he's saying, how in the world am I spending over 4,000 kilowatts? He's not even home, and honestly, I do think that something is going on with the electric, the gas, and the water, because, I've seen the rates even climb up even for me, and I'm not home not until 5 o'clock, So, and I'm just thinking like, well, but, I know rates are going up over time everywhere. And like he was saying, and, 18%, just so they can make even more money. Again, that's more money we have to pay out, right? Something has to be done about this because people are already stretched thin already. They don't have enough for the basic necessities. They don't have enough to survive hardly. And any little thing that they do have, they're trying to save or at least put away a little emergency money here and there, but the way the things are going, this man right here, he said, I'm very, really, really considering just living in the woods. I mean, and that's how sad and that's how, a lot of Americans are feeling right now. They don't know where to turn. The help that they were getting, they're not getting anymore, right? Like the lady was talking, she used to get what, 7,000 in return money or tax return money. She's not getting that. Her health insurance is gone. Her food stamps is gone. Like, and with a family, that assistance was helping her, get through tough times. So it's just really crazy. I mean, we got to stay positive as much as we can, but at the same time, I feel like the government is they're doing way too much, and they're not trying to help the American people.
America is a work until you die country. I just had a conversation with an individual because I'm looking for jobs, and this individual had my resume, and they were asking me, "What is this gap here from this month to this month?" That's when I was traveling, right? That's when I was actually experiencing life. So I took about 6 months, and I traveled the year of 2025, and I told them this, right? I elaborated, and they go, interesting. And then when they were kind of reading back to me what I had said, they described it as a hiatus. I didn't really know. I've heard the word. I didn't really know the exact definition. I Google it. So it's a break or a pause in something, right? That's the loose definition. Can you explain to me how stepping away from the matrix, from the system, from this god-awful corporate nonsense country that we live in, to actually experience real life for just like 6 months out of my 27 years, they describe it as a hiatus, a break or pause in what? In what? Being an employee, being a worker ant? Like, that's how they view it. They view like doing real life things as hiatuses, as a break or a pause from the real timeline. These individuals are twisted. It's not their fault per se, but they're grown adults that are just so warped because of the system that they grew up in. They could never figure it out, that this is wrong. This is unhuman. This is bizarre. Like, that's bizarre. You're bizarre. I'm not bizarre. I'm trying to be healthier. You're bizarre.
Yo, I think I found the solution to lowering my electric bill. And this is not something fake. I'm going to keep it real with you. I think I found the real solution to lowering the electric bill. I paid the electric bill that was about $800 and something dollars. What was it? Last month? Yeah, last month. So I'm still hurting from the back a little bit. Somebody got me. But I think I figured out how to lower my electric bill by a whole lot. And the only way I'm going to be able to lower my electric bill is certain things you're going to have to do. And I'm going to break it down to you. The things that you're going to have to do, you might not want to do, you might not look to do, but you're going to have to do it. And so if you want your electric bill to go from 800 or 1,000 down to about, I'm going to say maybe around to about 150, 160, follow these steps. Go in your house, hit the first room that the light is on. Hit that light. Go to your kitchen, unplug your major appliances. Go to your bathroom, make sure that light is off. Go to your other room, your bedroom. Disconnect everything, your alarm clock, everything. Go to the second room. If you're lucky, you don't live in a damn one of them halfway homes or whatever, and you turn the lights off in that room and disconnect everything in that room. Basically, the moral of I'm slow right now. The moral of this story is your ass gonna walk around in darkness. That's basically the whole point of this. You gotta walk around in complete darkness, pitch black. Turn everything off, disconnect everything. When you walk in the crib, I don't give a damn what time it is of the day. Dark. Complete darkness. I don't give a damn if it's -5 like it is right now. You gotta walk in the house with your heat off. Your nuts gotta go back up into your body like it's the belly button. You gotta go in a home like you homeless. Walk in that house, you gotta be able to say stuff in your house like, I can't believe I gotta live like this. And you gotta see the smoke coming from your mouth from being in a house that is completely cold and dark. That's the only way you're going to be able to save on these damn electric bills. This shit is ridiculous. There's no reason why a damn electric bill through 1 month should be over 3 at the most. $350. Why are you spending 6, 7, 8? Why am I spending a couple $100? I had to spend $800 something dollars. Dog, this is rigged. It's no reason why people. I thought it was just me. I did. I'm not lying. I thought it was just me. I thought until I realized when other people commented when I put that post up months ago, and I said, "Shit, you are kidding me. There's no way the electric company is running rampant."
I know I've been stressed.
I'm gonna stop right there. He's right about that. I think some of the power and all this stuff is kind of rigged because it fluctuates too rapidly. Like my bill, I had a gas bill that was really up, and a lot of my appliances is gas, like my stove, my dryer, uh, so I understand to a degree, and my gas furnace because I burn a lot of heat. Um, but still, it's just from the previous years compared to where it was to where it is now. It's night and day, guys. And I feel like I'm burning the same amount that I've always burned. I keep it at the same temperature in the house. I cook around the same amount of times during the week, so I'm not doing it every day. And like I say, I'm gone pretty much all day. I don't get home till 5:30. So like he said, there shouldn't be no reason for things to keep going higher and higher and higher, with all these bills. So but yeah, guys, I just wanted to cover a small segment for tonight because I know that people, we've always talked about the economy, but this is just to kind of check in to see, is people feeling the pinch still, or is this things are just getting worse? And it sounds like a lot of Americans is still frustrated, because the cost of living is still not coming down like we'd like, still trying to stay positive as much as we can, but at the same time, reality still sets in. We have to go to work. We still have to pay bills. And like the first lady was saying, that's why people don't want to work because they feel like once they work, they don't have anything left, over for them. They don't have anything to show for it. It's all the money is just by the time they get it, the money's gone. Just like that. So, but anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy for tonight. Yes, I just want to do a brief segment for tonight, but I will be back. Actually, I'm coming back on Saturday because I got to get back into the fun and entertainment with T. We delayed it a few more weeks just because we're tweaking that channel a little bit more, so I haven't forgotten about that, guys. But I am coming back at 8 p.m. at Fun and Entertainment with T because we've got to get back into that relationship sector, okay? That's right. All right, guys. Well, again, I hope everybody enjoy the rest of your week. And if you enjoyed the content, please hit like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you can, please hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss any episodes every time I come on to YouTube. I will be back on Saturday at 8 p.m. Join me back at Fun and Entertainment with T, where we get back into the relationship sector. Okay. All right, guys. Well, everybody enjoy the rest of your night. And I will talk with everyone soon. Take care. Bye-bye.